Welcome to Beer and Bulldogs. This show is about responsible dog ownership, the history, and appreciation of the American Pitbull Terrier. We do not promote or condone any illegal activities, including animal cruelty or dogfighting, which are not only unethical, but also violate the Animal Welfare Act of 1976. This is strictly for legal, ethical, historical, and entertainment purposes. Let's keep it positive and show these amazing dogs the respect they deserve. Cheers!
About to go down, so who's gonna be my dogs? Cause I'm about to break some laws. I ain't supposed to get in any trouble again. If I do, they gonna put me back in the pen. But you like to dodge my calls, so I'm about to break your jaw. I ain't scared of doing time, it ain't even on my mind at all. So who's gonna feed my dog?
Yo, it's Calypso from Werent Bulldogs. If you're serious about your dogs, you need gear that's just as tough as they are. That's why I rock with Bulldog Strong. Built for strength, durability, and performance. Whether you're conditioning, training, or just taking a walk, their harnesses, collars, and leashes can handle the pressure. And when the work gets real, they got braking sticks to keep things under control. So don't settle for weak. Don't just be strong. Be Bulldog Strong. Yo, it's Calypso from Werent Bulldogs. If you're serious about feeding your bulldogs right, working dogs, performance dogs, or just your everyday beast, I rock with Showtime 2720. It's been solid for mine. Now, you can't just order it online, but it's out there. Just hit that link in the description. Drop your zip code and find a dealer near you. And hey, if you pick up a bag or one of them dope-ass hats, let them know Werent Bulldog sent you.
So people come to my house and they ask me, do that dog bite? And I go, not me. I say, not me.
Hello.
Hey, Blacklist.
Yes, sir.
It's Calypso.
Yes, sir, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Man, I can't call it, man. Just getting in a long day of working on the yard.
I dig it, man. That's the life of a dog, man. But other than that, what you been up to, man?
Man, I don't know if I've been ordained as a dog man yet, man. The jury's still out on that.
Oh, that's not true, man. I've already heard from some legendary dog men what they think about you, man. So I know what's up, man.
Hey, man, I'm humbled to be a part of this fraternity, man. You know.
I dig it, man. Well, you know what it is, man. I got some questions for you.
I'm ready to answer them to the best of my ability, man.
Okay, man. Well, when did you get your first American Pitbull Terrier, and how old were you?
I got my first American Pitbull Terrier, man. I think I was 12, 1997. Maybe I was 13. I know it was 1997. my uncle brought me into the dogs, but he would never give me one. He wouldn't let me buy one. So I went and told my grandma. I said, Uncle Rusty won't give me a dog, one of them Bulldogs. And she said, well, go find you one. So I went to the back of the newspaper, man, and found me a dog in Monticello, Mississippi for $350.
Wow.
That was a lot of money to me, too. We drove 2 hours and we went and got him. It was a solid white Pitbull Terrier, man. They gave me the ADBA papers with it. I didn't even know what ADBA was.
Oh man.
And that was my first dog. My first pit bull. I had dogs before that. That was my first pit bull.
Oh well, being that you had dogs before that, what got you really interested in the American Pitbull Terrier specifically over any of the other breeds you could have probably got?
Well, my dad, he always had Dobermans. When I was born, we had Dobermans. But he was totally against American Pitbull Terriers, man. They called them Bulldogs, and they had lockjaw and all the crazy stuff you hear.
Yeah.
They turn on people and they'll snap all that. So my dad and my granddad, they was totally against those dogs, and my uncle had them, and that just made me want them more. When you ain't got access to something, it kind of makes you want it more. And the more I looked at those dogs, man, and seen them working, I just became, man, I was obsessed with pit bulls. But my uncle knew something, man, because he wouldn't let me get one, and I ain't understand that until I was a little older. Because that dog I did get, man, I did some of the stupidest things, man, that you can do with a dog. All the stupid stuff we used to hear about. You give them hot sauce and make them mean. Yeah. I tried everything that I heard of to make that little puppy mean. And I probably ruined them. And I didn't realize why my uncle wouldn't give me a dog until I really understood the breed and how to take care of puppies and how to love on a puppy, man, and let a puppy be a puppy.
Yeah. Well, I know that you said you did some things and you were pretty young, but could you tell us about your first American Pitbull Terrier and what he or she was like?
Man, I don't even know how that dog was bred.
Yeah.
Those people told me about Red Boy. I had never even heard of Red Boy. Only thing I had heard of was Eli. I'm in Mississippi, so we right near Eli country. I heard of Jeep, Carvino. I had never heard of a Red Boy dog. But that dog was a Red Boy dog. Like I said, I couldn't even read a pedigree. I ain't know nothing about a pedigree or papers. So I couldn't tell you much about that dog. I can tell you he was a pretty dog. He's probably the prettiest dog I ever had. And I probably ruined him way before I was supposed to.
Oh, man.
That's about all I can tell you about that, man. What was that dog's name? Jones's Kane. I had named him Kane because he was solid white, so you could put 2 and 2 together.
Did you ever breed Kane?
Say again?
Did you ever breed Kane?
Man, you know what? This will show you how stupid I was, man. I bred him to my stepdad's Pitbull. I don't know what it was. A Pitbull mix. I thought it was a Pitbull, but my uncle told me, "Hey, that's a mutt," and I that shit just pissed me off. We bred him to her 2 times, man. that mutt threw some nice dogs for the neighborhood.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't get my next pit bull, man, until I guess 2002.
Oh, okay.
You know, by then I was out there in Las Vegas.
Shoot, I'm surprised we never bumped into each other, man. That's where I'm from.
Yep, man. Actually, it was 2003. I got to Vegas. Man, I remember that date. January 21st, 2003, man. I was at Nellis Air Force Base.
Oh, yeah. I know exactly where that is.
I was out there for 17 years.
Wow. Dang.
And I never seen the game dogs out there, man, other than the ones, you know, I had some military buddies, man. But other than off the base, I never seen a game bred dog out there. I've seen bullies a little bit later, but I never even seen dogs until 2 weeks before I moved, man. I met this motorcycle guy, and he told me about how things work out there and shit, man. I told him, you know, I've been out here for almost 20 years and never seen one.
Yeah, it's hard. It is hard to find them, but yeah, they're around. So when you were starting to get into the dogs, who are some dogmen that may have inspired you?
Well, the first dog, man, I have to say, man, I don't really speak to no more. That was my uncle. Man, that was my hero, my mentor, all that. His name was Rusty. He ran with the X-Men. He ran with Death Valley Kennels. The guy was like a walking dictionary, man. Let me know if you can't hear me. Sometimes my phone sounds like it's far away.
I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, so the first person was, I would have to say, my uncle. And you know, I just met people through him. Another guy that I call my uncle, Big Homie. Most people know him by Big Homie. I won't say his name on here.
I dig it.
But he took me to a whole nother, you know, level, man. He's known pretty much throughout the country, and that gave me access to, you know, man, just about any blood I wanted, any dog man I wanted to meet. So I would say those two guys were the two that made the best or the most significant imprint on me.
So would you have considered them mentors?
I've never made a breeding. Every breeding that I've done, one of those two guys told me to do.
Okay. All right. So you would have considered them probably like mentors when you were getting into it.
Man, more than that, man. Those guys were more like father figures to me, man. It went past mentorship because it was more than dogs, man. It was life, you know.
Yeah.
But they were definitely mentors. Still are mentors. Big homie, man. I look to him, man. Like I said, like a father figure.
Yeah. So listen, man. I've been hearing a lot of talk about your Sharpshooter dog. Can you tell us a little story behind him and what made you get him, or what does he bring to your program that sets him apart?
How I got him, man. Like I said, man, my uncle gave me access to pretty much any blood that I wanted, man. That dog came from Show and Go Kennels. Him and my uncle were real good friends, and a lot of people wanted that dog, man. And I called him. And I remember we seen him the day he got his championship at the Mississippi show, at the ADBA show in Mississippi. I want to say, was it 2024? It had to be last year.
Yeah.
And my uncle told there, or
Mr. Tucker.
show ago, he said, man, how much would it take to move that dog? He said 10,000 wouldn't move. And we never said nothing else about the dog, man. And he bred the dog after he made champion, and I don't know what the situation was, but he had to get rid of the dog and get rid of him quick. And as soon as I saw that, I jumped on it.
Yeah.
I said, hey, Darren, you know, that dog, I saw you posting, man. You know, had already told you he wanted it.
Yeah.
And he named his price. Me and my kennel partner, Break Bread Kennels, we talked about it. And
shout out to Break Bread Kennels.
We got the dog, man, probably 2 days later.
Yeah.
And what sets him apart, man, confirmationally, I'm not an ADBA judge, but I can't find a fault on that dog.
Yeah.
He's very, very, I don't know if you ever seen him in the show, man.
Oh, yeah, I did.
When he come in the show, man, you know he coming.
Yeah.
He's a lot to handle. He ain't no little dog either. He ain't no super heavyweight, but he's a nice sized dog. He's a lot to handle. The previous owner tore his bicep, man, one day trying to handle him on a leash at a show. So he's a very high strong dog.
Ooh. Nice. So I know that you've got some boomer blood running through your yard, man. What's your honest take on that line, man? How does it work for you? And what does it feel like, you know what I mean? Like when you add it, or, you know, when you bring it into your crosses, what kind of results you getting with that boomer line?
Man, honestly, I don't have a lot of boomers in my dogs. I just recently did a breeding to a grandson of boomer, like a triple grandson of boomer, and I added it because of what I saw with my eyes, man. They wasn't your typical red boy dogs. And this particular dog, he had a quarter or eighth, I had to look at the pedigree, of boils in it. And I think that's what gave those dogs that extra kick, man. And I saw two litters off that dog, and I said, man, I want to breed to the dog. And I had access to the dog, and I went for it, man. And even before I saw that vision 2 years ago, Up told me, hey, breed her to him. It just sometimes, it take me a minute to process stuff. But if I just listen to my uncle, man, I'll probably be 10 years ahead of where I am.
Yeah.
But as far as my yard, man, I'm more of Boyles. I like the Bulls crossing to the Red Boy Jocko. Bulls Mayday, Bulls deadlift. That's more of my speed of things.
Yeah. I heard you talk about that deadlift. Okay. You know what? Here's one I've been curious about, man. Have you ever personally bought a dog from BKK? And if so, what was that experience with that particular animal?
Man, I don't know if you was on my show last night, but man, it got kind of wild.
Yeah, BKK can be wild, man.
BKK was on there. I have bought a dog from him. I also bought a dog from another guy that bought a dog from H. Lee Robertson.
Yeah.
That came from BKK. Off of one of Stone Cold Sons, Big Boy, which is a littermate to that Wonder Girl dog. Or is her name Wonder Girl? The dog that was down in Mexico.
I believe so. I believe that is her name.
So I had a double-bred daughter off of Big Boy, who was Wonder Girl's littermate brother. She was a good, solid game dog.
Nice.
I bred her, and I got a young dog about 7 months off of her. I had an accident with her, and she suffered like paralysis. I had to take her to the vet and have her put down, but she was a good dog, man.
Nice.
I know a lot of people don't like country, and he brings some of it on himself with some of the stuff he say. Some of the stuff is unwarranted. But he got good dogs, man, from what I know.
He's a good breeder, man. And everything I've seen in his pedigree seems to be good breeding.
See, the reason why I was intrigued by country was the pedigree. I knew the dogs behind those dogs. You know.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Shoto, he's out of dogs. He used to come down and sit probably every other day, man, down on the yard. He always had an exquisite taste in dogs. So when he got out of dogs, country bought some of those dogs from him. So I knew they had a good foundation.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know all the story behind Grand Champion Brick and what happened with him. But if you was watching my show last night, a lot of that stuff came out, man, and it was crazy.
Yeah. For my audience out there, I'm pretty involved in Blacklist show on TikTok. It's one of the best live dog shows you can be in. So, you know, lots of good dog men are on there. Shout outs to Tree Life. You know, it's some good stuff that you can learn on his show, man. And there's some fun.
We got people on that show that they kind of hide behind their name, but man, it's some legendary people, and I don't use that word lightly. It's some real legendary people that sit on that panel every night.
Oh yeah.
And, I want to just say, man, I appreciate you, bro. You ain't have to come through and support me.
No, I love the show. I love it.
Anybody that supports me, man, I'm supporting them, bro. I ain't never did an interview with nobody. But you subscribe to my channel, man, and when you ask me, I said, shit, I ain't got no choice. I support who support me, man.
I thank you.
I just want to thank you. It seemed like, man, when you subscribe, man, that number just went to climbing all the way up. I think when you got on, it was probably about 15, and within 2 days, we had 50 subscribers.
Nice, man. Well, Blacklist, man, let me ask you this question, man. If you weren't dealing with Bulldogs, what you think you'd be doing with your time and energy, man?
Man, I'll be spending a lot more time with my kids. I got a young daughter, so I don't know if she's into dogs yet. My son is 17. I don't know. He don't want nothing to do with no dog, man. If it's working, if it's laying on the couch, he good with it. So the main thing I would be doing, man, is probably traveling the world. I'll be coming to Las Vegas more often. That's my second home. Shoot, man, it's hard. It's hard to go somewhere for 3 days, man, and you got a yard full of dogs, you know?
Right.
So, a question people ask me, the younger guys, and I guess I'm younger. I'll be 42 tomorrow. They ask me, hey, OG or And I'll be like, man, shit, I'm not that much. What advice do you have somebody coming in the game? They think I'm BSing them. I say, man, don't do it. Save your money, spend time with your family, and enjoy life, man. Because once you get into these dogs, like I could never see myself not having no dogs, man. So, all the family trips, when the family go out, I stay back home,
Right.
But these dogs they became my therapy, though, man. I don't know if I ever told you, but I was a vet. I went to Iraq twice, 2000, I think it was 2004 and 2006. So these dogs are like my therapy, man.
I understand. So Blacklist, out of all the dogs you've ever owned, who's your all-time favorite dog?
Man, that ain't even a question, man. Blacklist, Kennels, Cemetery. Man, that was a bulldog through and through. If you look at, you ever see me on TikTok, that dog I'm holding in between my legs? The one that
and you got the Timberlands on?
Cartoons and stuff. That's him, man. That's my all-time favorite dog. He was a real bulldog.
Nice.
I wish I had a yard full of them, man. That dog was everything you wanted in a dog.
Nice.
And he wasn't he wasn't crazy. He could probably get along with another dog as long as
you say so.
Yeah, as long as I'm there, and I wouldn't try it, but I think he was such a cool and calm dog, man. He had the smarts and the intelligence to know when something was a threat. Man, he was just a great dog, man.
I have one too, man. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Cemetery was my favorite dog of all time.
Yes, I dig it. It's one of them dogs that you had to wait till he got older. You were like probably thinking it was cold, and then you realize he's just smart. He's just really smart. I understand what those type of dogs are, man. It do anything you tell it to do.
Man, that dog, I don't know how you know, man. One day, I was walking, and I had hurt my ankle, man, and he used to pull it. And I couldn't really do that. And I told the dog to heel. Man, that motherfucker came right next to me and looked up at me, and I praised him a little bit, man, and every time I said heel from then on, he did it on command.
Nice.
Like a military working dog or something, man.
Yeah.
I never had to tell that dog twice to do something.
See, I'm glad you said that, man, for my audience, because, man, there's some real smart pit bulls out there. Everybody thinks that they're just these brute, dumb animals that, some people, not most of my audience, but maybe some newcomers who are checking out the channel probably think that American Pit Bull Terriers ain't like really intelligent dogs. They think they're just these brute monsters or something. I'm glad you said that.
That's probably because they're dealing with them red boy dogs, them boomer dogs. Now, they is like that.
It is like that. I love red boys, and they are like that. Okay, so Blacklist, man, if you could own any American Pit Bull Terrier in history, who would it be and why?
Oh, man, that's easy. For me, Bolio. I'm a Bolio man through and through.
Nice.
That's kind of how me and Breakbread, we kind of think almost the same, man, on dogs. Pat Patrick is my favorite breeder of all time, and Bolio is my favorite dog of all time. I think if Pat didn't get that dog, man, he would probably he would have been great on both sides. From what I read, man, he was an ace. But Pat Patrick had the foresight, to hold him back as a stud. Thank God he did.
Yeah.
Because, That changed the game.
Yeah, it did.
But Bolio, man, I love the smarts about them dogs. They have natural wind. The one thing I don't like, man, when you get a good tight Bolio dog, at least in my experience, my brief experience, they can be kind of nasty, man. They you have them in the off ground, they might go to the bathroom in the back of the dog house, or they'll urinate in the water bowl. That's one thing I don't like about it. But everything else, man, I love a good Bolio dog.
I dig it, man. So Blacklist, what do you do when you're not messing with the dogs, man? You got any hobbies?
When I didn't have so many dogs, I did have hobbies, man. But now, man, I don't even get to hang out no more. I work and the dogs is pretty much it. I used to be an avid basketball player, man. I stirred up some stuff around Vegas, man. I was a menace on the court. They might have some pictures of me. If you go to Chuck Linker, if you go to any of the 24-hour fitnesses, basketball was my thing, man.
Nice.
Basketball, beer, and Bulldogs.
And the Blacklist TikTok live.
Yeah, man. You know that's pretty much, man. That's like a part-time job for me. I looked at my hours on there yesterday for the week, and I had like 29 hours for the week, man. That's a lot of time on TikTok Live.
Mm-hmm. So speaking of that, man, how do you balance your time working out your dogs and your personal time, man?
Man, I don't think I do.
You back and forth, huh?
You obsessed, man, with something. It's hard to have balance.
Right.
I think Michael Jordan said that, man. I don't balance it out, man. I probably need to. Like I said, I got a daughter, 18 months old. I try my best to spend as much time with her. Other than that, man, it's the dogs.
I dig it.
And you know, I don't have a traditional kennel partner. My kennel partner is 2,000 miles away, so it's just me.
I dig it. Well, okay, Blacklist. This is the part of the show that we call quick fire questions. This is where I ask you one or the other. You could choose both. But yeah, so here we go, man. Treadmill or carpet mill?
When you say treadmill, you thinking like a slap mill?
I'm thinking more like a slap mill, but some people use the treadmill, so I add that in there. But yes, the slap mill or the carpet mill.
I'll go with the slap mill.
Okay. Could you tell us why?
Man, that you really got to be careful and know what you're doing. A lot of people say you'll burn their kidneys up on the carpet mill. I ain't never seen that. But you do got to know what you're doing on a carpet mill, and you got to know the purposes of both of those tools, because that's their tools. You know, you gotta you're trying to nail something up on the wall. You don't use an axe. You use a hammer.
Right.
So I would say the slap mill is. It's harder to mess a dog up on the slap mill, but you can. It ain't hard. It's harder.
Yeah.
That carpet mill, man. And depending on how hard that dog got to run to get that thing turning, sometimes you can do more harm than good if you don't know what you're doing.
True that. How about collar or harness?
if I'm walking a dog, we out doing road work, definitely hardest.
Okay. All right. So, how about mouth or game?
Man, I'll say finish. Finish. I don't breed for mouth or games. It's finish for me. But if I had to choose between mouth and gameless, I would say games.
Okay, and I'm with that. What about kibble or raw?
Kibble, man. Most people don't know enough about raw to feed raw. If you go to a vet, they'll tell you kibble because they know you can't just throw a dog a steak, man. It has to be balanced. So kibble, a good kibble.
Nice. All right, chain or kennel run?
Definitely chain, man. And I can speak on that a little bit. I had my dogs on chains in a certain area, and my neighbors called the sheriff's department on me, say I had emaciated dogs, and the deputies came out and he said, man, those some nice looking bulldogs. So when he said bulldogs, I knew he knew what he was looking at. And he told me that, you know, people expect these dogs to be 100 pounds because they got all these, you know, XL bullies and all this big dogs. So when they see a dog in shape and they look emaciated to the untrained eye. So he told me how good they look, and I thought he was going to leave, but he said, the only thing is, you know, it's a Terrier law out here. You got 3 days to have these dogs on a kennel run. Kennels have to be 6 feet high with a roof and concrete flooring. And you got to get $150,000 liability added to my homeowner's insurance. So I said, all right. It took a little bit more than 3 days. It took about a week and a half, but I got that concrete poured and my kennel set up, and man, I had more yard accidents than I ever had in my life, man. You better believe if you leave one clip off, them bulldogs coming out of there.
Yep.
And they were on that concrete, man. So I think my animals were a little more stiff, man. Their joints wasn't as, man. If you got a 15-foot chain, I mean, you just do the math on the square footage, man. You know, that dog got a lot more room. They're more happy. They thrive on the chain.
Yes, they do.
Definitely, man. I'm big on that.
Yeah.
The chains, man. These bulldogs belong on chains. They miserable in those kennels.
Mm-hmm. You are true. Okay, let's go with tug of war or fetch.
It depends on the dog, man. So I'll say most of the time tug of war. But that cemetery dog, man, I can throw a ball with him for an hour. I probably could put him in Tik Tok shape with just a ball, man. Him going to get it, and he would bring it right back to my foot and drop it and be ready to go again. So with the right dog, definitely fetch, but you know, for the most part, most of these dogs ain't made like that, man. You throw a ball and you might not can't get them back.
Okay, well then we'll call it tug of war then.
Definitely.
All right. How about road work or hiking?
I don't know, man. I thought they was about the same. I have to say road work.
Okay. All right. Well, now Blacklist. I wanted to ask you, what legacy do you and Blacklist Kennels hope to leave on the APBT community, man?
Man, I want to leave a legacy of understanding, man. You know, understanding the breed.
Right.
This breed is probably the most well, it ain't probably, it is the most misunderstood, misidentified. It's just a lot of ignorant stuff, man, that I think is portrayed in the media on purpose almost.
Right.
I just want to, you ever hear me speak, man, is just kind of make the public aware that, man, everybody that ain't got these dogs got them to do, illegal stuff. I've been into the confirmation world, man. That was kind of new to me. It's been about 5 years. And I met some great people doing it. I'm going hog hunting for the first time this weekend, man. So I'll be filming that, putting it on my TikTok.
Dope.
I just want to let people know, man, that these dogs ain't what the media say they are. Most of the time these dog attack is not even a pit bull.
Yeah,
if a boxer attacks somebody, they put that under the pit bull umbrella.
Yes, they do.
A boxer ain't nothing like a pit bull.
Nothing.
So
Nothing.
I want to leave I want to leave the breed better than I found it, man. I think I found it pretty fucked up. Can I say that on here?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think that if I could do that, man, I think I could die a happy man.
All right. Well, speaking of those misunderstandings, and I know you kind of got in there, but I just wanted to, maybe have you just put out one myth that they've said about the American Pit Bull Terriers that you could just get cleared up right now for my audience.
The first thing come to mind, I was on live yesterday, and the guy asked me, hey, man, what age should my puppy have a lockjaw? I said, what? A lockjaw? Yeah, man, his jaws ain't locking. So, I don't know what's the weirdest thing or what, but it's so many. That lockjaw thing, man, just really had my chat going. It's so many. We used to think you gave your dogs gunpowder, it will make them exceptional hunters. Man, it's just crazy stuff, man, that we know ain't true.
Yes. Well, you know what? I know you said that you would probably tell these young people or new people who wanted to get into the breed, don't do it. But if they were just pushy about it and they said, listen, I just love it, and what would be one bit of advice you would give a newcomer getting into the breed?
Get to know your breeder. I just don't understand people buying dogs from people they don't know. Even me, like, I don't understand when people try to buy a dog from me and they don't know me, they never heard of me. Why would you want a dog from somebody that you don't know? So my thing would be, man, get with a good mentor first and get to know your breeder, because the man behind those dogs, man, is everything. Yeah. I tell people, when they ask different questions, and it sounds like they don't trust you. So if you don't trust me, why would you want a dog from me? So I would say know your breeder and get you a good mentor.
Right. I can dig that. I dig that. For my audience out there, you heard what he said. You know what I mean? Like, I was listening to Tree Life on your channel, man, and he said, hey, there's a lot of dudes out there with good dogs, but if I don't like them, I ain't gonna buy them.
He mean that.
Yeah. But listen, Blacklist, I know you don't think that you qualify as a dog man, but I've seen your pedigrees. I know the dude that you KP's with, man, and I see what you guys are doing. I see what you're doing, and I just want to give you your props, man. We have a thing on this show called Give a Dog a Bone. It's like giving a dog man his flowers, and I want to give you your respects, man, and thank you for being so open with me on the show and sharing advice and stuff like that, man. It means a lot to me.
Man, like I said earlier, man, I support who support me. I asked you, man, to grab a subscription, and you didn't even think twice about it, bro. So, this thing go both ways, man. And it ain't like a subscription on YouTube where you just hit the, button. I want to let y'all know, he came out of pocket, man, and spent something with me, and that means a lot, man. And it means a lot, man, that you would even reach out to me for an interview, man. Like I said, I don't think I'm nobody to be interviewing. My mentors are probably the people that should be getting the interview. When it's all said and done, man, I'm probably just a glorified yard boy.
Aren't we all, really? If you really think about it, aren't we all, man?
Hey, that's when you learn your most valuable lessons, man.
Yes.
I've learned a lot out there on the yard and up under the garage, man, soaking up game from one of the best that I think they ever do.
I can dig it, man. Well, Blacklist, man, it was a pleasure having you on this show, man. I don't really have an outro. I just tell them from Beer and Bulldogs till next time.
Yes, sir, man. You just keep on scratching, brother.
You too.
All right.
Cheers.